Oasis TV, bringing worlds together.
We have mapped the wind resource area in this country in a sort of gross and general way. If you look at the map of the country, the central part of the country, Kansas, Oklahoma, parts of Texas, North Dakota, those areas represent a massive energy resource that could be harnessed. There are some problems in doing that, but that's generally the area where there's a huge amount of wind energy. There's also an area called Buffalo Ridge in Minnesota. It's a long ridge line, couple hundred miles long, goes into, I think, North Dakota as well. South Dakota. Thank you.
And what about the coast? I mean, California.
Yes, but the sort of driving force behind the winds in California is a little bit complicated. It involves basically the air heating up in the Central Valley of California, rising and essentially creating a vacuum that pulls in the cold, cool marine air through the mountain passes, and then it's in those areas where the wind is funneled in the passes that there's a sufficient intensity to warrant building wind farms.
And the East Coast?
East Coast, you're talking about mountain-top sites, mountain sites.
What about Nantucket and islands offshore? Block Island used to have a wind turbine.
That's correct. Nantucket is an area where our company is currently working with the state of Massachusetts, running a study, and the wind resource is excellent on Nantucket.
What you're saying is that wind technology is a mature technology now?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's applicable all over the United States. I mean, perhaps not in the middle of New Jersey, but in much of the United States,
right.
Wind blows. I mean, anybody who has a sailboat, whether it's on a lake or on a sound or out in the ocean, knows about wind blowing.
Yes, but it's important to understand that areas that are good for wind energy development are areas where it's particularly windy. I mean, we get a lot of calls.
What would be like an average wind speed at a site which would be economically feasible?
It really needs to be 12, 13 miles an hour annual average wind. And when you consider that there's many hours, days, weeks that the wind doesn't blow at all, that means that when the wind is blowing, it's blowing something like 20, 25, 30 miles an hour.